Listening Part 1 Test 3. Now turn to Part 1. In this part, you will hear 8 short announcements or instructions. There is one question for each announcement or instruction. For each question, choose the right answer A, B, C or D. Then, on the answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer that you have chosen. We are ready to start. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 8. Now, listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 8. Question 1.
I'm going to mend and paint the shelves in your bedroom today.
Great, Mom. Anything I can do to help?
Yes, can you go to the shop and get me a new paintbrush? This one's too old. But before you do that, ask your father what he's done with the hammer. I've looked everywhere for it. There was nothing in the toolbox except this pair of scissors which I lost months ago.
Question 2.
Sorry I'm late. Have you been here long?
Well, not really, about 5 or 10 minutes perhaps. I left home at 6:05 and got here at exactly 6:45.
Well, if we hurry, we'll still make it for the beginning of the film at 7.
Question 3.
What time are we leaving for Maria's party tonight?
Not too early. It'll only take 10 minutes to get to the nightclub.
Oh, I thought we were all meeting at the outdoor concert.
There's been a change of plan. The two of us are meeting Maria at the club. We've told her the party's there, but the other guests will go to her flat and prepare everything while we keep Maria busy. We'll take her back there after about an hour. She will be surprised.
Question 4.
Oh, good. You're home. Did you get all the shopping? How about the orange juice?
Well, actually, at first I thought the shop didn't have any orange juice. I was thinking we'd have to manage without. Then I realized they'd moved it to a different shelf. I hope this is enough.
Don't worry, that's plenty. Did you find the grapes?
Yes, there were lots of grapes, only they looked a bit sour, so I got strawberries instead. They were a bit expensive though.
Question 5.
Hi, it's Maria. Got your message. Yeah, I'd like to go to the movies. There's a film called Light World 2, or a comedy. I don't mind which. Shall we meet outside the cinema?
Or, I know, at the coffee bar on the corner. We could have a snack before we go in. We could meet at the bus stop.
Mum's driving me into town this afternoon to buy some trainers, so I won't have to get the bus. But something to eat first is a good idea. Shall we say 6 o'clock?
Okay.
Question 6.
Drink up your coffee, we'll be late for class. What are you looking for now? Don't tell me you've left your essay at home. You said you were working on it till midnight.
Don't worry, it was the first thing I put in my bag. Look, here it is. I won't be a second, just checking everything. Pen, now where did I? Oh dear, you'll be able to lend me one, won't you? Keys, oh, here they are, in my pocket as usual.
Question 7.
Shall we go to the boat show? It's on for 3 weeks, but you need to book if you want to go on the first night because there's a party.
Really? Let's go. How do you book?
On the internet or by phone, or there's a form to fill in this week's TV magazine with a discount on each tickets.
I like saving money, but the post's always so slow. I prefer to talk to someone when I'm making a booking. Just leave it to me.
Question 8.
Will you go on working as a gardener when winter comes, Jim? You'll get very cold and wet working outside.
Well, last winter I took a job in a supermarket. They're advertising for staff again at the moment, but I prefer being in the fresh air even when the weather's bad. I'd really like to get a job abroad in the sun, but all the ones I've seen need building skills, which I haven't got, so I'll just stay in my present job for the time being.
Listening Part 2. In this part, you will hear one conversation. The conversation will not be repeated. There are 12 questions for each conversation. For each question, choose the correct answer A, B, C, or D. We are ready to start. First, you have some time to look at questions 9 to 20. Now listen carefully and answer questions 9 to 20. Conversation 3.
Hello, and welcome to Job Club, where we speak about the kind of jobs you might want to do after school or college. Today we're talking to Sandra, who is doing her dream job. She's working with a film company. Sandra, can you tell us a little bit about your job?
Well, everyone thinks that my job must be really amazing. It's good, but it's not what a lot of people think. I mean, I don't meet famous people every day or anything like that. The company makes documentary films mostly. I don't film them myself. Most of the time, I just watch and learn and bring the film crew cups of tea.
Working with a film company must be exciting, though. Have you ever met anyone famous in the course of your work?
No. It's a very small independent company, so we don't really work with famous people. I meet a lot of very interesting people, but famous people, no, not really.
So what do you like about your work with the film company?
It's never boring. We go somewhere different and meet new people every day. You never know what will happen next.
And is the money good?
Well, this is an internship, so I don't get paid, no. I'm hoping to find a pay job next year so I can start making a bit of money. I would really like to move out of my mum's house.
I know the feeling. So, Sandra, how did you find out about this internship? I'm sure a lot of people would enjoy this type of experience.
Well, I've always loved making films. I showed some of my films to my English teacher and she said she was very impressed. She told me I should think about working in film production after school. Then I saw this advert in the paper. The company was looking for creative people who wanted a challenge. I thought that sounded like me, so I applied for it, and here I am.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, hopefully the work I've done with this company will help me find an interesting job. I'd really like to work in film in the future, and like I said, I'm starting to feel that I want a place of my own.
Good luck with all your plans, Sandra.
Listening part 3. Questions 21 to 35. In this part you will hear one talk or lecture. The talk or lecture will not be repeated. There are 15 questions for each talk or lecture. For each question, choose the right answer A, B, C, or D. Talk 1 questions 21 to 35. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 35. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 35.
In this session in your training day, we're going to look at some of the more specialized holidays we offer at BC Travel. Now, the travel business is very competitive and it's important to be aware of how the market's changing and developing. In terms of age groups, the over 65s are an important market and one that's increasing steadily year on year. The fewest holidays are taken by the 31 to 42-year-olds, and that figure shows no sign of rising. The biggest market at present is still the youngest group, the 16 to 30s, but this group's also seen the biggest drop over the last few years, whereas there's a noticeable growth in the number of holidays taken by the 55 to 64-year-olds. As far as the 43 to 54-year-olds are concerned, bookings there are steady, but I have to say we haven't seen the increase we expected. One trend we're noticing with nearly all age groups is the growing popularity of holidays in which clients do some kind of specialized activity. I'm not talking here about adventure holidays, where clients take part in high-risk activities like whitewater rafting just for the thrill of it. Activity holidays usually involve rather less high-risk sports, or things like art and music. They're not necessarily cheaper than ordinary holidays, often the opposite, in fact. But they do often take place outside the main tourist centers, which gives an opportunity for clients to find out more about the local people and customs, and many say this is one of the most positive features of these holidays. Of course, they offer the chance to develop a new skill or talent, but clients often say that more than this, it's the chance to create lasting relationships with other like-minded people that's the main draw. Let me give you some examples of BC travel activity holidays. Our painting holidays take place in 4 different centres in France and Italy, and they're very popular with clients of all abilities, from beginners onwards. We've got an excellent team of artists to lead the classes. Some of them have been with us from the start, and 5 additional ones will be joining us this year, so that we can offer a greater number of classes in each centre.